From the great outdoors of Alabama comes the Bama Backroads Podcast. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Bama Backroads Podcast. I'm Chris Hobbs, and again with me is my co-host there, Mr. Lee Pitts, the pride of Cedar Bluff, Alabama.
Sometimes I question myself where I'm at.
Yeah?
Yeah, Cedar Bluff, Alabama.
Well, good thing I didn't put that in my GPS. I would never found you.
You would have. You just went around in circles till you got to me.
There you go.
We are Cherokee Countyans around here, so that's a good thing, man. We're right here on Weiss Lake.
And when you say you're on Weiss Lake, you're right there. You're feet from it.
Yep, I can stand on my back deck and I can pitch a jig out there on the rocks on it. So, man, that's how I like it right there.
That's living the dream right there, my friend.
Oh, I tell you what, me and my wife are blessed. We love it. We're right here on the point. If y'all can hear in the background, talking about being blessed, my dog's got a squirrel treat out there. So,
well, you got your 22 right there.
Well, sure, it's in the truck. I'm in the boat working on tackle, but it's in the truck. And we're having a cleansing around our house because they're getting into the house and underneath it. So I think you get a pardon on squirrel season being over. So,
well, it's time to eradicate.
Yes, we get a pardon on that right there.
There you go. There you go.
So that's good.
Well, listen, we were talking before we went on air here about something that's it's very interesting and sad at the same time. To kind of fill us in on what transpired on Neely Henry.
Oh yeah, man! I tell you what, I had a call, and I've not been able to say anything about this until now because everything's over and done with. It's all said and done. But I had a company call me during deer season, and they wanted to hire me to come to Neely Henry. This is a company that travels all over the United States. I think these guys were out of Ohio, and they were looking to try to solve a cold case on a 40-year-old. And man, I hate to say this, it was a 40-year-old murder. That they're looking all over Neely for someone that had gone missing, and like I said, I think I'm clear to talk about this now. But so they hired me, and we got in, and I cut my hummingbird zone. I was in my crappie boat, and we're looking at boat ramps, looking at different bends in the river, looking at different things, and when we found a couple of vehicles. Probably insurance jobs, you know what I mean? Somebody stole a car or had it stolen or something. I don't know, run it off. But we found 2 or 3 cars. And so the next day we're out looking at some places. He said, we really need to look at some of these boat ramps. He said, we've looked at about every one of them. I said, no, there's still 2 or 3 left. So I go and I show him, he said, Lee, there's not a boat ramp up here. I said, yeah, there is. And then this was right there in the heart of Gadsden. I mean, it's right in downtown Gadsden. And I'm looking, I said, I know a place. There's something hard out here because I fished over it for 20 years. I catch fish on a jig out here. I can feel a hard spot. It's either a rock or something hard, but I catch fish over it. Man, I cut them hummingbirds on. We're easing through. I got my side scan, my down imaging, and we're looking and cutting it. And this guy knows what he's looking for. I don't. And it's just a flat square. And we go over it, and he looked at it again. He said, swing me back at another angle. We turn back, come through it again. He said, keep cutting a grid on this thing. Let's look at it. And he said, Lee, that's a truck. All right, what it was, and I told him, I said, I know exactly where it's at because I fish over it. I fished this hard spot. For the last 20 years, I've been fishing over an 80 model Bronco. Okay, and I don't know if I can say this or not or whatever, but we graphed it. He GPS'd it. They came back the next day with divers, went down. Man's still in the Bronco.
Oh my God.
It's still sitting there. The windows are up. Mud's all over it. He contacted me about a month later, and I sent you the link for all this. They found him. This was a young man that came from up north to work at Goodyear, and I don't know what happened, what transpired, what went on, but he got in the wrong place at the wrong time. They know and found out who did this. They rolled him off in that truck there, and they brought this truck back up. They put bladders under the truck. They had to go in and dive on it for about 2 weeks to clean everything off of it. When they first found out and knew what it was, they took a antenna off the truck. They went down there. They were diving on it in the muddy water and took an antenna off. Antenna was to an 80s model Bronco.
Wow.
And they said, that's him. All right.
Wow.
They pulled this up. And if it was not for, like I said, I hate to get, I don't really know how to say this, but this shows how finely tuned our hummingbirds are, how finely tuned these hummingbird electronics are. These guys, this was a 40-year-old cold case. And we found him with my side scan and my down imaging on these hummingbirds.
That's crazy.
If we can do that, I should be doing better in my fishing than what I'm doing with these hummingbirds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. But staying with this cold case a little bit, did they give you any indication on what the cause of death was?
It was a murder.
Right, but I mean, as far as how was he killed? Gunshot.
I didn't ask on that what this was, and what they seem to think it may have been drug related on some of this right here. And like I said, I don't want to say too much because they know who did it, and this man was serving time already. They know what was going on with this. They just had to find him to try to get some closure for the family.
Right.
And so it was one of those deals that, and the gentleman that I work with, that we went out, and he said, I know you have a lot of knowledge of the lake. I know you have a lot of knowledge of the ramps around here, how the current swings, what happens with it. And so that's why we were out. And it was something that we had already been through many, many places on the lake. And when he told me what we were looking at, I said, well, there's another ramp right up here. And he said, that's not on the map. I said, I understand that, but there's a ramp right up here. And that's where he was.
Where, can you tell us, you said it was around the downtown area of Gadsden, or in the heart of Gadsden?
Right there in the middle of the town. It right down past Buffalo's a little ways.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, right there in the middle of town.
That's crazy.
So,
well, I never even heard. Of course, it's been a cold case for so long. 40 years ago, I was in Jacksonville without a care in the world, hanging out at Brothers Bar with you.
Yeah, if it didn't come up at a quarter beer, we didn't know about it.
That's right.
So, what happened? Somebody what?
That's terrible. Who's got the next round?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
it was one of those things. Like I said, this guy. Matter of fact, I was deer hunting when he contacted me and asked me, and I said, "Yeah, man, I can come meet with you." And when he was telling me, there is a organization. They travel all around the country solving cold cases, and what it is, most of it is water related. They're a diving team. And like I said, I sent you a link to the article on it.
Yeah, and I did get it. I just hadn't had a chance to to pull it up and look
but
at it.
but these guys travel all around. He was in a kayak, and he had Humminbird electronics on his kayak, and was looking and paddling and doing, and just happened to call me. He said, "Hey, we've been at the motel and we told people what we're doing. We're looking for this and that, and my name was brought up." And they said, "You need to contact Lee Pitts. He knows this water. He knows this and that. He
The
fishes
legend.
here all the time." And he did, and it turned out to be, they solved, and mission accomplished. They did what they came to do.
That's crazy. See, as I've gotten older, I've really gotten into the cold case investigations. All that Dateline stuff, and all that, all the podcasts that are out on cold cases. I mean, they own me. So the fact that happened right here, in my hometown as of right now, is that's crazy. So I'll definitely
that kind of stuff doesn't happen in our backyard.
No, not here in Alabama. I mean, I'm not saying that bad things don't happen in Alabama, but that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying there's not more cars with people in them in that river somewhere, but there's a bad element everywhere you go. But
oh yeah,
you just don't ever think of. And Gadsden's not a small town, but it's not a big town either. It's definitely not a Birmingham or a Montgomery or even a Tuscaloosa.
Right.
But it's you just don't think of that kind of element and thing happening here in Etowah County.
Well, and I'm gonna lighten up the subject just a little bit.
Please.
And I'm gonna have to correct you on something. You said bad things don't happen in Alabama. No, that's false.
You're gonna call me out?
I zeroed Gunnersville a month ago. That was terrible. That was a terrible thing that happened in Alabama. that was a devastation that happened in Alabama.
But that was a personal devastation, man. And nobody died, I don't think.
I'm still mad. I don't care.
I hear you. I'd be mad too. I mean, that's as good as you are. That just goes to show you that if it's not your day, it's not your day.
Yeah, it was.
And it happened to anybody. Like the story I told you of Kevin Van Dam, one of the best tournament fishermen ever. It happens to him. So don't you stop feeling bad about that, Lee Pitts. Let's move forward.
I was going to have therapy on that one.
Well, how many times, actually, in all honesty, how many times has that happened to you?
2 times in my life. I mean, most of them I can roll up something, but 2 times, and both of them I'm scarred from them. Both of them are memories that, like, it'll be a 4th of July, we're at a fireworks show. I'm like, damn it, I remember in 1997, I zeroed that freaking time.
1997?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, well, how long have you been tournament fishing?
Oh, God, since, 79, 80.
Yeah.
I'm only 27.
That's a pretty good record, man. You go that long and you zeroed twice?
I'm only 27 years old.
Yeah. Man, I'm 26.
We're doing good, man.
We're
doing good.
Yeah, we are. We've got a lot of life experience in a really short period of time.
Yeah, hey, there's a country song. What is it that guy's talking about? Living, and I'm scattered right here, but living more than 1 year at a time.
Dude, I'm not much of a music aficionado. The only song that I know that applies to me, and it's not a country song, but it's "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi. That is my life. I'm living on a prayer.
Yeah. That's how every morning when I get up, I feel like that.
That's right. Well, and that I'd like to talk about it only because we're not going to talk about it today, but I do kind of want to tease it for our listeners. And if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay too. But something happened to you well over a year ago that you went through Would you be willing to talk about that on a future podcast?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay. I'm not going to get into specifics or what it's about. I'm just going to tease it out there. And the only reason I want to talk about it is because of you and your character, your strength, and your belief in the Almighty. And that's all I'm gonna say. But that's why I want to talk about it. I think it's a great story for people to hear, for a lot of different reasons, and that's all I'm gonna say. But y'all make sure y'all listen to the next one, and I'm gonna talk with Lee further about this in the coming week, just to make sure he wants to, because he may not want to, and I would understand. But
oh yeah. Well, like I said, I think my deal can, if not help, it can ease the minds of some other guys going through the same stuff. I think it's something needs to be talked about because everybody, a lot of guys are going through this. A lot of people are going through this, but I think I can help you ease your mind a little bit.
Okay. Well, you think about it, because I know it's not, so it doesn't bother some people, but I want to make sure we're good with you before we, broach this subject on the show.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to something a little less macabre, and that would be.
we got dark.
Yeah, it got dark there early, but stick with us because we're going to talk about something a little bit better, and maybe talk about some fun stuff, and maybe get a few chuckles in here. Yeah, that's a chuckle right there. People wonder why I say chuckle. That's a chuckle.
We'll get back to business on this.
So fill us in. I know we talked to you last week about the fishing on the Coosa. So give us a little rundown on how it's going. If you're catching them, what you're catching them on. Just the same old deal.
Yeah, and like I said, I spend most of my time on Weiss and Neely. And they're two great fisheries. I mean, both of these two, keep me busy and keep me rolling on this. But we've had some severe weather issues that it's been crazy this whole spring, and everybody knows it. I mean, it's if you're in the outdoor world, what all we've been through in the last probably 2 months. We've had some blistering. I say blistering hot. I'm fat and out of shape, but we had about 2 weeks when it got hot, and here we are in flip flops and shorts, and all of a sudden you got 2 or 3 days of 27 degrees. But the fish don't know what to do. We've had some hard rain come in. Neely last week, man, I was at Neely. I fished that Coosa team trail. God, I'm gonna tell you something, man. These guys down there, I can't say enough for Neely Henry. Good God. The 22 pounds won, and it was brutal weather conditions. We had 100+ boats in it. I mean, that for a team trail, that is unheard of, man. I mean, these guys got something going on. Mike and all these guys with the Coosa team trail. City of Gadsden, we're sitting there. You got 22 winds, several stringers over 20 pounds, and it rained from, me and a lot of my guys I run with, we were still sitting in the parking lot. We got out and just sat there to go through boat check, and then went back and got in the trucks. It rained from the time it broke daylight till right about 10 minutes. I was in the third flight, and I came in at about 3:45, and it was still raining on me. I was wet from head to toe, just soaked. And one of the things, I wore one of my old rain suits because I thought it's not going to be that bad. I've got a brand new pair of frog togs, okay? My bibs, my parka, a brand new pair of frog togs that you will not get wet in, hanging on the rack in my truck. And I'm thinking, I can wear my old ones I've been crappie fishing out of for 2 years. No, sir. I wish I had them frog togs on. But everybody caught fish. I mean, I had a good day's fishing, caught a lot of fish, didn't catch the size of fish I wanted, but everybody there caught fish. That says a whole lot for Neely Henry on a terrible weather day like that. The wind blew, rained all day, and everybody caught fish. The fishery's doing good.
Well, you know, I'm gonna remind you of something, and I'm gonna toot your horn here a little bit. It was not. I don't think it was last year. It might have been the year before last. But it rained like that. Rained all day. I think it quit right before y'all came back in to weigh in, and you won that joker.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good. And the thing is, I fished out of. I had just sold my Falcon boat, and I had a boat from Bucks Island that it was a metal boat that I was in, and I was running that metal boat, and it lightning and thundered all day long, and the harder the lightning hit, the better they bit. And there's times I'm sitting out there in that metal boat, and it would just shake it, and I thought, oh, this isn't the right place to be out here in a metal boat. But yeah, that was a good day. I mean, I need to have another day like that. It was a good day on the water.
Well, what when you did catch them? What were you? If you can tell us, and I know you know fishermen like to keep that kind of thing close to the vest, but without giving away too many secrets, what were you using?
Well, you okay? Before I start this, you do know it's ABT week, don't you?
Okay, never
It's
mind.
ABT week. So I was vertical jigging a metal jigging spoon in 27 foot of water on the Monroe Channel. No, it's one of those. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows what I do. That I'm a shallow man. You know, I'm fishing visible structure. I'm out there. I'm flipping a jig. I'm going to throw a creature bait or something like that. I think that day it was more of a pitching like a D bomb, something like that, some kind of plastics, and then pitching a black and blue jig. That's kind of how I did. I think early I caught some fish on a spinner bait early that kind of got me a good cushion where I could stretch out and just spend some time and do what I like to do. I'm a power fisherman. I like to get up there tight with them and just get up in your face and just let's get with it. So that was one of the things that I believe that had some pretty good wind that morning, got some ripple on the water, so that blade came into play. And then I just picked up a jig and went to work with it.
There you go. Well, how's the crappie fishing going?
I'm going to tell you, this has been. I'm sitting out here in my boat right now, rigging some stuff up, just looking. I've been busy this crappie season. Our fall season just ran into, normally it's that late September, October, November. Then we have a lull. I can deer hunt some and then pick back up. But this year, the fall season ran right into spring. That second week of January, we really caught fish on both Coosa Lakes, Weiss and Neely Henry. We caught them January, late December, January, early February. We were smashing them. I'm talking about fish were stacked up in these bays. They were getting there. They were coming in. And then all of a sudden, the front start hitting us. These weather issues. We got so many people. I have my Kentucky guys, my Ohio guys. Lee, what's happened? Man, they're not doing it. No, they're here, but this year it's not where you want to catch them at. We should be in the back of these bays and doing it. And these fish, we had that 4 weeks ago. The water temperature got 65, 66 degrees. Fish got back in the bays, got on that wood structure, got where everybody was catching them. Then all of a sudden, the world's turned upside down with some high winds, hard rains, and a cold front hits. Everything pulled back out. This is unheard of. I caught fish last week, Weiss and Neely, in 20 foot of water pulling double 16s.
You're kidding me.
No, and that is not how you catch them this time of year. But what happened? These fish had got where they were staging to come in. The weather turned. They back out. They're laying in these big troughs. They're laying in the mouths of the creeks. Today, I had a group out today. We left out, of course. We roll in. I hit my shallow spots. We caught a few. Caught some white bass, they're back in there. Come back out to that 10, 12 foot of water, fish are stacked. They're laying out there. I've got to cut all of my 30 seconds off, all my 24s off, and put doubles on. We start pulling doubles out there in that deeper water and catch them. It does not make any sense.
Not
it
for
just
this
doesn't
time
make
of
any
year.
sense at all.
Yeah, not this time of year. That's that's unheard of.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, one thing I want to talk about a little bit is if you've been doing any turkey hunting.
I love turkey hunting. Don't get me wrong. There was a man when I was at Jacksonville, and I don't know. I'm new at this kind of stuff. I don't know if I should mention any names or whatever, but
you can use first names. That's fine.
Okay, well, I can't do that because it's a long drawn name. But anyway, when I was at Jack State and I was playing ball, okay, I was in what I thought pretty good shape. I thought I could go. There was an older man that taught me how to turkey hunt out there at Chocolate Forest. His name was O.F. Willingham. This man was probably 60-something then. He would run me to death up and down them ridges. He showed me how to hunt them. He showed me how to run these ridges, how to go chase them, how to call them. And he took me under his wing, and he taught me how to turkey hunt. I remember those times. I cherish those times. That's great. I still love to go turkey hunting. I don't get to go because I'm sitting in front of that boat all the time.
Yeah, it's a bad time of year for you to try to get in the woods.
Well, I get upriver up here, and I'm hunting in some of these old bays and the backwaters, and all of a sudden we're out there catching crappie, and somebody, oh, I got one. Man, But I don't get to hunt like I would like to for turkey, but I'm sitting in front of this boat, and I still have the love for it. I just don't get to do it.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, had I started turkey hunting before I started deer hunting, I don't know that I'd have deer hunted because turkey hunting owns me. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, Lee, and I really kind of keep this close to myself because it's a pride thing. It's not not really a big deal. It's just a pride thing with me. But I've never killed a turkey. I've been turkey hunting, I can't tell you how many times. Seen turkey, been around turkey, never got one within range to shoot.
That because what you're doing, you're not gonna. I mean, a lot of people will spray them out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, he's almost close. I'm gonna spray him. But I mean that's a turkey hunter. That's a turkey hunter right there.
Well, I know they make the TSS, the tungsten shot now, and you can tattoo one out to 70, 75 yards with that stuff. And if you're going to shoot 3.5 inch, you might be able to reach out and touch one a little further.
Wow.
But I like the Winchester Longbeard XRs. My buddy killed one last Sunday. About 30 yards behind me, scared the crap out of me when he shot because it was dead quiet. But he was using the 3.5 inch number 5s Longbeard XRs, and 50 yards devastated that turkey. I mean, it never did a crappie flop, nothing. He dropped it right where it was standing, deader than a hammer. So
man, that's
you don't have to spend.
Those guns can stretch out like that, no shells.
I'm telling you, you don't have. The XR is about $29 to $39 a box, depending on if you get the 3 inch or the 3.5. But that
And how many? What is that? About 20 shells in each box.
there's 20 shells. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's 10 in there. But if you go the TSS route, let's say you're going to buy some number 3 number 9s, in the TSS. $59 for 5.
Well, that's what a buddy of mine. He's a big turkey hunter, and he's got some property up here that he puts on hunts. He has hunts that guys come up and he more or less guides for turkey hunting. And he told me, he said, let's pattern these shells. I was out there last year with him. I said, okay. And he said, well, and he told me, just like you said, the price of that. I said, ooh, no. I hope it's on,
Yeah.
He was telling me, well, every gun's different. Every gun shoots them different.
It
You
does.
got a little low, a little high. And he told me the price of those 5 shells. I said, no,
It's crazy.
that'd be good. Just give me one of them.
But people buy them, they'll buy 2 or 3 boxes.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, well, you can only kill 4. I think it's 4 in the state of Alabama, so
I don't know.
I guess you're counting on some misses.
I'm not a turkey man. I like to see them when they all puffed up there and doing the little thing. And, I see them every morning just about this time of year when I'm going to the marina to put in. I'll see them out there doing the little dance and strutting around. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. Let me tell you this right here. After that disaster you was talking about that never happens in Alabama, with Gunnersville, that Sunday morning after that tournament, I had a trip, and I did not want to get up and face the world. And I mean, really, I was I did not want to see nobody, didn't want to talk to nobody, didn't want nothing. I had to go make it happen for these people. I go. And from my house where I go to, it's in the woods going to where I put in. And all of a sudden, I top a hill and turn, and it was just breaking daylight. It'd been daylight about 20 minutes. And I look on the yellow line in the middle of the road, middle of the damn road. There's a big old Tom puffed up, spitting, and turned around and looked dead at my truck and was daring me to come down that middle line. I had to slow down and stop, and I was trying to get my phone. I was trying to take a picture of it. He was strutting in the middle of that road, looking to me like, come on, Cletus, come on. And I thought, look, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Those jokers this time of year, size don't matter to them.
No, I had to stop. I
mean, look,
everything. I had to stop and let him get out of the road.
They'll take anything on. But I did admit and that I hadn't killed a turkey, which I'm not 100% truthful. All right, I bought a truck about 2 months ago, and I hadn't bought a new truck in like 15 years. I just not one to buy. I keep what I got, and it's paid for.
I ain't never had a new truck. Well,
it's not new now. It's new to me.
Oh, okay.
New to me.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I've never had a new truck. I've had 9 new boats, but I ain't never had a new truck.
Well, so I'm driving down 431 going through between Gadsden and Anniston. And on the right side of the road, I see some turkeys, and 2 of them run across the road in front of me. Well, 99 times out of 100, that third one, if he don't think he's going to make it, he'll turn and run back in the woods.
Yeah.
But this joker, at the last minute, he went right in front of me, flew up, and I hit it with the windshield of my truck. Yeah, dead turkey.
Did he bust it?
Yeah, I had to get it replaced. But I have killed a turkey. So I just wanted to put that out. I was just trying to be truthful.
Right.
Just trying to be as.
Come back to haunt you.
Just try. Yeah, because somebody I know that knows I did that will email me and say, "No, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. You did kill one.
You
You
killed
ain't talking about
one."
that. This and you've seen my little companion, my partner in crime. He's my hunting buddy. He's my fishing buddy. He's my little dog that saves me all the time. I was stressed out this fall, and we're going out there to where I deer hunt. I've never hit, and I watch for deer. I mean, I keep my eye open. I don't want to hit a deer on the road. And I'm thinking, how in the crap do people hit deers on the road? And I understand they shoot out before you know it. But me and him, I'm on the phone. I'm talking to some people. I'm trying to conduct business. We're going out to my little hunting cabin. And all of a sudden, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. We're going out there and we're going to build some fire and get ready to hunt. And all of a sudden, off a clay bank right there, here comes a 6-pointer. And I see him. About the time I see him, my dog went, "Huh?" And I look. He's sitting in the front seat with me. He looks and sees him. And when he comes off that bank, I just hit the brakes. I went, "Oh, no. He went out of sight in front of my truck, and I was just waiting for that.
Da-dunk.
And I've got the brakes locked down. I never touch him, and he shoots out the other side and runs up on the other bank, stops and turns around and looks. And my dog looked at him and looked at me like, "Hey, man, right there's what we're looking for." Turn around, right there he is.
Now, I've had that happen.
I understand what you're talking about hitting stuff like that. It'll happen before you know it.
Look, I don't know how many dogs have run out in front of me. And then, you kind of, you straddle them with your tires and you're about to hear it, that thunk. Arr! And then all of a sudden you look back in your rearview mirror and they're just standing there in the road.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear nothing and nothing. They just run off.
Yeah,
that's what they call a miracle.
A miracle. Sometimes you're like, there ain't no way. Or it's like a squirrel. Man, a squirrel will get out there and he'll run the option on you. He'll give you a head fake and he'll go the other way.
Look,
and you're like, oh my God, and he'll run through every tire on the truck. You won't hit him.
There's no animal on the planet in more dire need of some ADHD medicine than a squirrel.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he wants to go or how he wants to get there.
A squirrel is a quarterback in the animal world. You know what I mean? He's quarterback because he's faking you this way, faking you that way. He's gonna pitch it. He ain't gonna pitch it. He's gonna go this. He's wide open.
He's definitely wide open. but every now and then they'll zig when they should have zagged.
Yeah,
and you'll sack them right there in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's when you get that's when that linebacker T-bones him.
that's a big linebacker.
Over.
All right. Well, look, let's get on to some back road news. We skipped it last episode. We're gonna do it this time. I got 2 stories for you. Let's see. We're gonna start with one from Field and Stream. It comes from Stephen Hill. And what's your favorite thing to find when you are out somewhere and you need a snack? And the only thing available to you is a vending machine. What's your favorite thing in the vending machine?
Man, my favorite thing is Little Debbie's, but they ain't got Little Debbie's in the vending machine.
They got the generic ones.
I like Payday.
Payday, good choice.
Listen, when I was a kid, man, Payday and Grapico was that was a combination. You get a Payday and a Grapico, it's like a cream. It's the balance is there. You got you know what I mean?
Yeah, what is that? What do they call that? The yin and the yang. All the galaxies and the planets have lined up with that Grapico and Payday.
Yes,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, and
oh no. Now I'm messing up your story here.
Go ahead.
My quail hunting days with my dad. Freaking pink snowballs in a Grapico.
See, I was never a snowball guy.
Oh my God, pink snowballs! I love pink snowballs today. One thing do not do with pink snowballs: Don't throw them up on your dash because the sunlight will hit them. When it melts down, it's like burning styrofoam.
Oh.
It will ruin. Oh my God! You're coming back to the truck. We'll have you get a lunch. Your pink snowballs. No, it ruins them.
And you know this from experience.
Yes, pink snowballs, Grapico. You can't beat it.
Wow.
The pink snowballs, grape snowballs. Yeah, snowballs, Grapico, and the other is a extraordinaire. You get barbecue Vienna sausages, cut them long ways, and get a cheese peanut butter cracker, break them in half. You can't go to a restaurant and get that.
Oh, that's fine eating there.
Yes, that's good outdoor gourmet.
You don't throw a can of sardines in there with that, do you?
No, that's where I draw the line.
You draw the line at sardines.
Bill Stevens, and listen, this is a man that got me into this. I don't know whether I love him or I don't like him anymore. But when I was 13 years old, Bill Stevens from Fort Payne took me and a buddy of mine out to Gunnersville. Coldest I've ever been. And Bill Stevens back then, and still is now, my idol, okay? He is my idol. He fished Bassmasters. He was, I'd see him coming through town in his truck. Oh, my God, there's Bill Stevens. And Bill would give us all his plastics where the worms, the heads was turned off, tore off, the lizards. We would take butter knives and heat them on the stove. Stoves aren't like what they are now. They had the round thing where you put that knife to the stove and got it hot and melted the plastics back on the head where we could use them again. But Bill took me and a buddy of mine out fishing at Gunnersville one time. Freezing cold. We had nothing to drink, nothing to eat, anything. And we finally said, Mr. Bill, do you have anything we can eat in here? He said, oh, boys, look in that rod locker box. There may be some crackers and some sardines from duck season. Okay, we get these crackers out, and me and my buddy, we're 13 years old. We open those sardines. It's the most gruesome thing we've ever seen in our life. We've never, you could have chopped some people's fingers off and put them in this jelly. It was that nasty. And I looked at him, he said, you go first. We would hold, the crackers had been wet for so long, you could hold them up and they would just fold down.
Nice.
But we ate those sardines because we were dying.
Yeah.
And this man, a month ago, I was at Gunnersville and he saw my truck and he called me. He said, you ain't got no sardines out there with you, do you, son? And it tickled me to death because I thought, that was back in the 70s. And he still remembered that and I still remember that. But, you look back, and I know I'm scattered right now. I'm talking crazy stuff. But
that's all right.
You look back of how I got my start, how I got going, how I got doing, and this man right here kind of got me going. That's just it's good memories. You in the outdoors you have good memories. You get good memories
every time you go.
Yeah,
kill something, don't kill something, catch something, don't catch something. They still.
Man, I can have the best hunt of my life and never pull the trigger on nothing.
But do you draw the line when you zero?
That's a bad day. I was getting to a high place right there, and I was enjoying it again. But that's a bad Alabama time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill your buzz.
Yeah, I was rising. I felt like on Step Brothers. I'm lead singer with Angel Wings. I was coming above everything. I'm singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner with Angel Wings. But you clipped my wings.
You've been called the songbird of your generation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get back on track. I can't tell my sardine story. It's too disgusting.
I ain't good.
Okay. All right. So in Japan now, they have a completely different view of the vending machine than we do. All right. If you see a sandwich in a vending machine, that's you pretty much know that's a stomachache waiting to happen. But in Japan, it's different now. They have they put edible insects and hamburgers and boiled eggs and beer and hot ramen noodles all in vending machines, but they also put one more item in there that they've just started doing. Bear meat.
What?
Is now available in your vending machines in Japan.
Oh, what? Now, what'd you say? What meat? No, really. What meat?
Bear meat. Bear. Like Yogi Bear. Bear meat.
Ain't no damn bears in Japan.
Yeah, there's I can spell it. I don't think I can pronounce it.
They got them panda, but you can't eat no damn panda bear.
It's not a panda.
Oh.
It's Asiatic. I can't do it. It's ASIATIC, black bear.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. They eat up to 10 to 15 packs of bear meat a week per vending machine.
God.
Cost about $17 for half a pound. It tastes clean and it doesn't get tough even when cold, a representative told the newspaper.
Is it cooked? I mean, do they cook it?
Yeah, they prepare it and then put it in this and then package it. I guess it's like jerky.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I mean,
it doesn't say jerky, but I'm just assuming it's like jerky.
Yeah, because you can put like teriyaki.
Oh yeah.
They do that kind of. I guess that's where that comes from, teriyaki or some of that kind of jerk. Yeah.
But when I first read this, I skipped over it, and when I went and read it again, it caught my eye. They wrote this on them putting bear meat in their vending machine, but they really should have more covered the edible insect.
They got
part.
they run it through the, and I'm trying to kind of visualize this right here. They just put a big old wad of it on that hook that when it runs, you know what I mean? It's got that like spring deal.
Yeah.
And it just flops out there, bloop. Or is it in a bag or something?
I think it's like in a, they put it in a sealable container that's had the air sucked out of it.
Yeah. I was looking at it like a meat locker. Is that corkscrew thing comes out? Blah,
no, they don't have a flat top there to whip it up on. They put $17 in it, drops it on the flat top, and you cook it. I don't think they've gotten that far yet. But this went by you too. Was that not only is there bear meat in there, but there's edible insects in there too.
Well, I got to watch myself because I want to be politically correct and I don't want to say what I think.
This is not a politically correct show. If you're looking for politically correct, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, but I don't want to stir no nest up.
Stir it up, baby. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. But their palate is different than mine.
It's different. I'm not eating a grasshopper.
Hey, I love Vienna sausage. Don't get me wrong, man. Vienna, regular. One thing I won't eat, I don't like that jalapeno Vienna. That just, I can't handle that texture on that. It's just, it looks like somebody's cut somebody's finger off. It's that gray, greenish gray. It's like a bunch of little pinkies looking up at you.
Let me ask you this question. I'm not a Vienna eater.
I am. I mean, I love it. Like I said, especially the barbecues. Man,
but I got hunting buddies that are they're big beanie weenie guys. They're big Vienna guys. But I've seen them when they pop the top on that thing. There's a little jelly on it, and that
you can sling a jelly out of it.
Yeah, no, that's a no for me.
No, it's good.
No,
that's good.
No, I might eat a grasshopper before I ate that.
Oh no.
Maybe if it's cooked right.
No, I'm good on that. No, I can't. No, I'm good on that.
All right, let's move on to story number 2. All right, this comes from Field and Stream as well. Mr. Matthew, hope I'm pronouncing this right. It's either Every or Every, but I hope it gave you the correct pronunciation for crediting you with the article, my friend. You know, did you ever get a hot tub at your house?
No, man, we was always broke. We didn't have no hot tub. No, I ain't never had no hot tub.
Well, I didn't know. It's been a while since I've been there. I thought maybe your wife said, Lee, we need a hot tub. And I won't bring it up next time I do come out there, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I ain't never had no hot tub.
Okay.
I'd have to go over to, and hell, they wouldn't let me get on it because when I was growing up, I always had them, whatever Levi's from the year before, you just cut it off. I was a cut off kid, man. I didn't even have a bathing suit until I was damn 40 years old.
Oh, cut off
jeans?
jeans?
Here in the mud and cut-offs. We'd go, if we went to somebody's pool, they wouldn't let us in because they had them strings and our cut-offs.
That does get in the filter.
That's what they said. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Well, I'm trying to lay this out in a visual representation so that you completely.
Now, hot tubs like a. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Hot tub. I've seen.
Look,
I watch TV.
Our hot tub was if you went in the bathroom and filled the tub up with hot water. That's a hot tub.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That and if you never mind. I won't get into how we created bubbles. I think you can.
I got you. I got a good imagination.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to lay this out now. You have been in a hot tub, though, correct? With the jets and the steam.
Can I go off on another story?
Well, sure.
Man, one time, let me tell you something. And it was back when we was playing ball at Jacksonville. Back then, okay, I'm just going to go with this. I had bought me a pair of bathing suit pants. All right. They were purple, had palm trees on them. Looked good. I had me a tan going. We all went on spring break to Panama City Beach. Me and some other boys played ball down there. And we were in the best shape of our life. We was looking good. Everybody's, everything you went, you was styling.
Right.
I got in this hot tub with some people that was down there. And we were sitting there and man just got kicked back in that hot tub and was having a good time. And I guess they put some chemicals and stuff all in that.
Right.
And I had my little purple. And see, what you got to realize, that bathing suit that I had on was for me the whole week. That's the only one I had. I didn't have no other ones. And I got up to go to the bathroom, and I've been in the hot tub about an hour and a half, and I hopped up to go to the bathroom, and it had bleached the whole thing out. It looked like a pair of just old Hanes underwear. It bleached all the color out of it. There wasn't a palm tree on it. There wasn't nothing. And I got up out of that hot tub, and I was like, man, this just ruined my whole week because that's all I got down here. But anyway, so go ahead about the hot tub story. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me lay this out.
I just remembered that.
I need you to close your eyes, and I want you to think you're in this hot tub. It's just you and your lady, and y'all are just
special little lady friend.
Yes, your special lady friend. And y'all are just chilling outdoors. It's cold outside, and the hot tub got steam rolling off of it. Do what?
Got Barry White going.
Yeah, Barry White's playing. Well, you're about as relaxed as you ever been. You got you a cold beer beside you, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something bites you on top of your head. Your head is in something's mouth.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So while you're sitting there, a mountain lion has snuck up on you that you are
Oh
not
my
aware
God,
of.
no, oh no.
And the mountain
He's
lion,
like bobbing for apples in there.
yes, the mountain lion bites this guy in the head and tries to drag him out of the hot tub by his head. So,
Okay, all right. I don't want to. I feel almost like one of them guys that always wants to Penelope you. You know who Penelope is on Saturday Night Live?
yes.
She's always got to tell. This is true. I swear to you, this is the truth. My wife just walked down the steps and went, but she would tell you this. We went to a buddy of mine's pool one time, and I hate that I've got stories that with this what you're saying, but we're sitting there in his pool, and he's got two of those bull mastiffs.
Yeah. Big
What
dog.
do you call them? Them big dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the pool. I've got my elbows on the concrete. We're all sitting there talking. The dogs are there, and I'm a dog guy, man. I mean, I love dogs. And so I'm petting on this old dog, and I'm petting him, and I'm in the pool. He's standing above it. He said, Lee, man, be careful of that old dog. He don't play a whole lot. I'm like, hey, buddy. And I kind of nuzzle my face and my head up in there to his. He went, I said, now, come on, man. Don't do that. And I rub him down his side, and I rub my head up against his. He went, huh? This dog bit me right on the top of my head. Okay?
Maybe this story's about you.
My head and stood there, never moved, and looked at me. I feel blood. Blood's running down my forehead, into my eyes, and running down through it. He popped me on top of my head, and I look like them weird kids. I didn't mean to say that. I look like them kids that them kids that put them things up over their eyebrows and spikes.
Yeah.
I might have got way out there on that one.
No, that's
anyway,
okay. I know what you're talking
on
about.
top of my head, and I got blood running down. And he's like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Hey man, it was my fault, my bad." And that dog just sitting there looking at me, going,
I just got under the pool.
"Oh my god!"
Them things are huge.
There were people everywhere. You talking about, hey, ruining the Black Panther party? It quit.
Was there screaming and whatnot?
No. It was just one of the. He just went and bit me, and when he bit me, he just went pop, more or less telling me, "Hey man, I ain't into you. I don't want to play with you." But he popped me right over my eyebrows, and then on the top of my head, he just bit me like you'd pick up a football, poof, and just dropped me.
Well, then you know how this guy feels.
Yeah.
But I see that sounded kind of similar. You hadn't been to Colorado, have you?
No.
Okay, then this wasn't you. All right.
No.
Okay. But the wife saved the husband by doing a lot of splashing and screaming.
I could imagine.
Now, I think she backed up to the other side of the hot tub before she started doing the splashing.
I think I'd give him some girth. I'd be like, okay,
Yeah, I'm not getting in the hot tub in Colorado.
So this cat just eased up there to him, and you're in Colorado, you got a hot tub going, you got music going. I mean, you're thumping.
Yeah.
This cat just eased up there to him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I decided, hey, this looks like pretty easy pickings for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pluck me an apple out of this little. Yeah.
But how? I mean, my God, you're laying there, probably more relaxed than you've been in a month, and all of a sudden, there's something clamps down on your head. That's got to be just terrible. In the mortal words of...
You want me to tell you what would be terrible? if all of a sudden somebody throws a snapping turtle down in that thing.
What are them great big ones?
Scenario, that'd be terrible.
That would be real terrible.
Yeah. Hey, I could tell my buddies a mountain lion grabbed a hold of me. You can't tell your buddies that other grabbed a hold of you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, them great big ones you get out of the Coosa River.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. No, there's some monsters in there.
You got that right. I saw a big old, matter of fact, on Neely Henry yesterday. There was a giant, one of the biggest soft shell turtles I've ever seen. And he was laid up in a treetop. And I don't know if many of you have seen soft shell turtles. They're a strange creature.
Yes, sir.
I mean, a soft shell turtle is not that is a strange creature.
It really is. And I don't, the loggerhead turtle, the snapping turtle, that salt, no. No, I do not want to be bit by one of those. I take the mountain lion over that.
Yeah, mountain lion, by God, you can stand tall and be around me and talk about a mountain lion try to drag me up a hot tub. And then it's like, well, by God, what'd you do? I whooped his ass.
That's right.
That you can stand there, well, hell, I'm here, ain't I? A snapping turtle gets you, that ain't good.
No. See, now I'm going to have a hard time going to sleep tonight. Be dreaming of freaking turtles.
That's something to think about.
Yeah, especially if you decide to get in that water. I see people out there.
You ever watch these people do that? When they go in the stumps and under
that noodling
catfish.
Noodling.
You ever seen people do that damn noodling?
Yeah. No.
No. Hell no.
I was taught at a young age, don't stick I grew up out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. You learn
there wasn't a house within miles of my house. And my daddy taught me from an early age, don't stick your finger in a light socket and don't stick your hand in a hole.
It's like the old saying, you fool around, you find out. And some of you know the real saying, but you fool around, you find out. Anyway, I watched some boys last year. They came up around my place, and there's a couple of old boat ramps up here. And I was watching, they were getting out of the boat. Well, all of them kind of wading around, they're about chest deep, and they're going underwater. I just walked out there. I said, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're trying to get a catfish. And one old boy came up and said, yeah, he's in there. I said, what do you mean you're trying to get a catfish? He said, we'll stick our hands in those holes up in there, and he'll bite us, and we'll pull him out. And I'm like, no, really, what are you doing in there? And he said, no, that's what we're doing. I said, that's bullshit. I
agree.
And then all of a sudden I'm looking at him and I'm watching him. He said, yeah, he's in there. And I told him, I said, what happens if you go and you run your hands up in there and there's a snapping turtle or a snake? He said, you just let go of him real quick. And I thought, no, sir. No, says I. I will not be running my hands up in them holes.
Look, if a snapping turtle, if you stick your hand in his hole, you might let go of him, but he ain't letting go of you.
Yeah, it's like somebody's missing two fingers. Said, how many times have you done that? Twice.
Look, there's no better way to pull back a bloody nub than to stick your hand somewhere.
No, I don't see no fun in that. There ain't no fun in none of that.
Well,
I know people do it, and they say it's a rush, but I'm good.
I've heard people brag about it. Oh yeah, there's no more fun than noodling. I'll go, no. The only noodling I'm going to do is that kind you buy at Walmart that you float on.
Yeah, there you go.
In a pool.
Yeah,
but I'm not getting. No. Negative. Well, Lee, I know I've kept you for a while, and once again, I sure do appreciate your time, and Uh, it's always good to catch up with you every week. But when we do this every week, and if you'd like to get in hold of Lee to book a fishing trip with him, he's booking bass trips and probably will book a crappie trip for the fall, won't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're getting ready for our spring season is kind of dwindling down a little bit, but we're fixing to do a lot of bass fishing and get out there and even right now catching a lot of white bass. So if you want to do that, get on the water, have a good day, just give me a call. Holler at me at 256-390-4145.
Well, Lee, I appreciate it. And once again, guys, if y'all have a question for Lee or have a comment about the show, please don't hesitate to email us. It's BamaBackroadsOutdoors@gmail.com. Good feedback, bad feedback, doesn't matter to us. We're going to put on a show the next week anyway.
I'll probably get some bad because I just now got off of water. I've been up since about 4 this morning and just got off of water, and I got the rambling, so I apologize. I'll be more in tune next week.
Well, Lee, we appreciate your time. I do know you're tired. I do get that, and that I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being on with us.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you next week, Lee.
All right, guys. See y'all.
See you. Guys, thanks again for listening. Once again, check us out, Spotify, all the other mediums that you can catch the show on. We appreciate you listening. Give us a follow if you want to. That'd be much appreciated, and we'll see y'all next time.